Call the meeting to order. Please rise for the pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, sir. Do a roll call, please.
Wonder Jim here. Highbauer.
Here.
Steffes.
Here.
Gardine.
Here.
Palmer. DeHaan.
Here.
Klein.
Here. Thank you so much. Please note as a courtesy to members of the audience and the Board of Education to silence your cell phones. The public will be able to speak during public comment if signed up. Do we have any forms? Awesome, thank you. Our first order of business is an approval of the agenda. Can I get a motion? So moved.
Support.
All in favor?
Yes.
Opposed? Moving on. Our consent action agenda. Can I get a motion? So moved.
Support.
All in favor?
Yes.
Yes.
Opposed? Also carries. Great. Our one regular action agenda item this evening is our storage appliance upgrade. I'll flip to that in your paperwork. It is recommended the Board of Education approve the purchase of a pure storage flash storage array upgrade for a total purchase price of $102,732.09. Can I get a motion? So moved.
Support.
And Walt is here to tell us about that, so take her away, Walt.
So this is an upgrade of the primary storage array for Grandville's virtual server storage or virtual server infrastructure. So this storage array stores a lot of critical data for the district, such as everybody's network drives, Power School all lives off of this data storage array. The data storage array was originally purchased in August of 2017. Just recently, Pure Storage notified us that the hardware would no longer be supported as far as a support agreement and hardware upgrades and that type of thing. So they gave us some options as far as upgrading the appliance so it could be supported. Heather and I had some budgetary discussions on what the storage growth looks like, financial growth looks like, that type of thing. So this upgrade replaces all of the hardware in the current appliance so it continues to be supported, but it also upgrades the capacity roughly double to what we have now. The other nice thing about this upgrade, it also includes a support agreement so that in another 3 to 4 years, when Pure Storage says, oh, now the hardware you've purchased again is no longer supported, we get that upgrade at no additional cost.
Nice.
So the current stuff lasted like 6 years?
Correct, yep.
Is the upgrade strictly probably software, and are they going to replace it or change out boards?
So they change out all of the drive controllers and all of the drives as well for this upgrade.
Okay, all right.
Well, what was the price difference between keeping the old one and that discussion you and Heather had? What's the difference in the price?
Well, so they gave us actually 4 different options. So right now, that storage appliance is roughly 86% full. We've seen on that storage appliance roughly 5 to 6% growth per year. So they gave us a couple of different options of we could upgrade it to 31 terabytes. That would probably get us another 3 to 4 years of growth. Or we could do the 45 terabyte upgrade that would give us another 6 to 7 years of growth. And then the other option was, do we want that gold level support agreement that then gives us, when 3 or 4 years from now they say, oh, now the hardware needs to be replaced again, we get that hardware at no additional cost. Sorry, does that answer your question?
Well, it just makes sense. I was just wondering how close the price was.
So the lowest cost option was roughly $92,000, and this is $102,000.
Yeah. That's
Perfect sense. Thanks.
Which building is that in? Is that this building?
Yes, it's in this building. Yep.
Was this a budgeted item? Well,
So we did have dollars allocated for server infrastructure upgrade. This was a little bit of an addition on top of that because we weren't expecting that Pure was going to come to us and say, your hardware is no longer supported, you need to do something, but this was a budgetary line item that Heather had planned for.
do you know, okay, so giving us that option, right, with the gold for free upgrade, do they create some type of disenchantment from their customers, and they decided to do this as a way to, beef things up, but also keep people happy and not have them do an RFP?
Yeah, I mean, this is obviously, they want us to continue utilizing their product. Right. So they gave us several options to continue utilizing their product and, not have to do a forklift upgrade to something else. The other nice thing about this upgrade is it's non-disruptive. So they're able to replace, the storage appliance has, for example, two storage controllers in it. You can pull one out, replace it with a new one, get that one up and running, and then pull the second one out, replace that one, and not have any downtime.
Are they doing it, or is your staff doing it?
It'll probably be a joint project between myself, my network and server engineer, and their engineers.
Nice. Yep. Okay.
Any additional questions?
Huh.
All right, thank you.
You're getting really good at answering questions.
That's good.
All right, well, let's do a roll call vote, please.
Highbar.
Yes.
Steffes.
Yes.
Gardine.
Yes.
DeHaan.
Yes.
Wonder Jim, yes. Klein.
Yes. Motion carries. Thank you so much. All right, we're moving to reports and discussion. We have a middle school report tonight.
Yes, we have some people from our awesome middle school here to tell you about exciting things that are going on.
So I just want to briefly, before I cut them loose, to present that we have a lot of different after-school clubs and activities for our students. But this is one of our newer groups that was started last year. And just in a very short time, they have become very active in our building and in our community. And I'm going to let them explain how they've become so active in our community. So.
Hi, I'm Emily Trahar. This is my second year here teaching science at Grandville, 7th grade. This is my, I want to say, 13th year during Purple Community. So I started it out in Kentwood with my 8th graders at Pinewood. And then when I started working here last year, I wanted to bring Purple here. So this is just part of my team. There's about this year we have about 60 kids involved, and I had to actually turn a few away because I don't have room for 60 kids in my room. So which is exciting for me, it just keeps growing. So this is a mixture of 7th and 8th grade students, and it's kind of fun to see how word spreads and more involvement, and it's student driven. So we're going to kind of share more about what we've been doing. I think there's a video, we'll start with that, and then we'll chat more.
Institute is proud to be a sponsor of Where You Live.
Van Andel Institute for a Purple Community Lunch and Learn. We have amazing students from around West Michigan who are ready to become future leaders. Are you guys ready for it? Yeah! Emily, it's exciting to have so many students with us today. Let's talk about what's happening.
Yeah, so today we have our Purple Community Lunch and Learn, where we've welcomed 4 different schools from the Grand Rapids area to talk to them about Purple Community and to show them what kind of impact all of the events that they host throughout the year have on Van Andel Institute. Purple Community is a grassroots fundraising effort where we at Van Andel Institute are able to connect various people to the resources to fundraise for the research with cancer and Parkinson's.
We do an event every other year. We started in 2010, so we're gearing up for 2024 in the fall. So this is great for our kids to get here now, because then they'll start planning in the spring for that fall event. Yeah, we have an incredibly supportive community. We cannot thank them enough, and it really is something the community rallies around. So it's a big deal for us.
It makes me really proud because I know I'm helping people, and I know I'm helping people after they're affected by something like this. And I know that in the end, it's for a really good cause.
Well, a lot of schools love tagging on to sporting events. So like Grandville Middle School is here today, and they have an upcoming basketball game where they will sell shirts and then promote Purple Community at the basketball game, kind of promote a Purple Out game to really push for cancer research.
I'm Emily Terhart, and I am a teacher at Grandville Middle School, and these are some of my students that are part of Purple Community. And we are very excited to be here today, and we're excited to be planning our Purple basketball game for December. I love that it's student-driven. I love that it's their ideas, and it's for a good cause, and it's personal to a lot of us at school.
To me, Purple Committee means family and togetherness, and everyone in our district comes together as a community and as a whole to all raise money.
Purple Community raises upwards of $500,000 every year for the research happening here at Van Andel Institute.
And what does that research go to? When you think about that $500,000 and over the years, it's a lot.
Yeah.
What do you do with that money?
Yeah, so we take that money and we put it directly into research for cancer, Parkinson's, other neurodegenerative and metabolic diseases.
These events are amazing because it really gives kids the opportunity to see what the Purple Games or Purple Events or Purple Week, as we have in Otsego, is really all about. What their money goes to, what the cause is, the difference that they're making as well. So when we get to really hear what the researchers get to do, it brings it home for them. It's not just a purple shirt. It really means so much more.
I am so proud of each of these students who have stepped up and said, we want to do what we can to raise money for cancer and Parkinson's research. Congratulations, students. Give yourselves another big round of applause. Students coming together, making a difference where you live.
Discomfort from ill-fitting debt.
So 100% of the money we raise goes directly to cancer research and Parkinson's disease research through Van Andel Institute downtown. Part of the question we ask is why purple? So for me, my why purple is because I've lost loved ones that have been close. My father-in-law passed away a couple years ago, so that was really hard on my family and still is. But I love that we're raising money for a cause that we can make a difference. So, Jane?
I'm Jane McCarthy, and I do purple for my grandma.
I'm Gianna Cadilli, and I do Purple Community for my grandpa.
My name is Erilyn Patton, and I do Purple Community for my uncle.
My name is Cesar Guzman, and I do Purple Community for anyone affected by cancer.
And Melanie's not here with us. She's younger.
At our Lunch and Learn at Van Andel Institute, we visited local businesses to see if they wanted to sponsor us for our Purple Community basketball game, which is on December 13th. We also went to local businesses to ask them to donate us for bake sales.
Then we went to the Van Andel Institute downtown, and we heard leaders from other schools speak about the fundraising events that they held. And then after that, we heard a couple of scientists speak about the research that they are doing at Van Andel, and we learned where all the money that we fundraise goes to.
So this year for Purple Community, for this year for Purple Community, we're going to start a bake sale, which we've gathered donations from local grocery stores like Meijer, which we will then sell at the middle school. We will also be creating a ribbon wall where students can write the name of a loved one who has or had cancer, and then we will gather all of the cards and turn into a big ribbon. And we will also be creating commercials and posters to raise awareness and prompt our events, such as the basketball game or the bake sale this year.
So what does Purple Community look like at Grandville this year? So we have a Purple basketball game, which is Wednesday, December 13th at 4, and there will be 2 teams playing. So like, I don't know if it's A team or B team that plays first, but one team will play at 4, and then one will play like after that game. And you guys are all invited. You guys should totally come. But T-shirts are going to be sold to staff and students, like the one on there or the one that everybody's wearing. And the 8th grade basketball players will play in their shirts, and they will have like a loved one that like they do purple for on the back. And this year, staff and students can put a loved one's name on their back.
So we're having meetings Wednesday morning, and so on any given day, there's 30 to 40 kids that come in, and it's all student run. So this is a few pictures from last year's event, which was the first one. So we, the photographer Kim Carr, I believe is his name, was really good about taking pictures and is happy to do it again for us this year too. But kids are making posters in the morning. They'll create commercials. We're trying to figure out like what can we do on halftime, you know, like the free throw half-court shot, is that what it, half-court shot? And then the t-shirts, every year students design those as well. So I'm wearing one from a few years ago, but these were shirts designed by students last year. So it's all just really student-driven, their ideas, and I either I run it by Mr. C and say, can we do this? And so we're really excited. I feel like it's really starting to grow, and the goal is we're gonna just, it's purple everywhere on December 13th. So we're pretty excited. So thank you for having us.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Guys have any questions at all?
I'd just like to say thank you so much for, I mean, this is such a good cause, serving, you know, our community. I mean, you know, there's no doubt that this is, cancer affects everybody, and what you're doing to make a difference, to service other people is just awesome. So thank you so much. I'm sorry about your video, but I can tell you 2 things. Number one, I did put it in their update a few weeks ago, so they have seen it. I was so excited when that was brought to my attention. I put it in their update. Second thing is we'll make sure that it's on our website, so if people in the public want to see it and did get a chance, we'll give them another spot where they can go to if they need somewhere to go to find it. So thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Thank you for being
Great
here.
job.
All right. Our last item on our reports and discussion agenda is the Neola Board Policy Fall Revisions Reading number 1.
Sure, and as you know, this was in your board packet this past Friday for you to take a look at. There really isn't a lot this time. There, you know, if you take a look here, there's 6 policies. One's a new policy, and the other ones just have some components to them that that are revised. So just to review, so policy 1540, administrative staff reduction recalls, is new, and it basically just aligns with the same thing that our educational staff has in regards to, you know, performance is obviously, when you look at reduction in recalls, performance is a primary piece. With all things being equal there, then you do look at, you know, seniority and so on. So those are components to it. And so it just aligns the administrative staff with everyone else there in regards to evaluations and if you had staff reduction and recalls. Okay. Any questions about that one? Okay. Second one, and we had this, Dr. Merkel presented last time on the 15 days, this just aligns with that in regards to online blended learning, certain circumstances where there's a provision in the Michigan compiled law saying that, you know, 15 days or less that we can look at, you know, situations to utilize those 15 days for online learning. Those things include, which we talked about before, if you have testing situations going on, you can utilize some of that time. If you had something that was an emergency, then you could utilize it as well. We talked about the parent component, and we would always make sure that parents are aware before we would just do something like that. Make sure they're informed and in the loop and have opportunities to make the best decisions they feel for their kids. So it doesn't impact that, but it just really aligns with the Michigan compiled law, and that's why it's a part of this component. Any questions about that?
What's the number on that one, Raj?
That is policy 2370.01. And again, the summary is, you have the summary.
No, I know. It's just taking my own little notes.
Yeah, agreed. Policy 7217 has to do with weapons. That's revised. It's revised to include references to the Michigan Supreme Court decisions establishing that schools are not expressly restricted by existing legislature from regulating firearms. So they just, there really is nothing new in there and nothing really different when you look at what we currently have in our policy and what we allow and don't allow. But they just have that noted in there regarding the Michigan Supreme Court decisions. Any questions about that one? Okay. Policy 7540.03, student technology, acceptable use and safety. This has, and this is one that now addresses artificial intelligence, or AI. We have a committee in our district that has researched, met, had good dialogue about AI and the important uses of AI, how to use AI, to the benefit for students and for staff. And this particular policy aligns with that. It does not ban AI, but it teaches students the appropriate uses and make sure that we have policy in place so that improper uses are not allowed. So we feel very good about this. This is obviously a big area, and for some people it can be quite scary. The importance of teaching our students, again, kind of like when Google came out and everybody, freaked out. They're going to use it to get every answer and everything. We're kind of in a similar position, I think, right now with something that's unknown and obviously used the wrong way can be, can be inappropriate. So teaching our kids the right way, teaching them the benefits of using it. It's going to be in our career world for a long time, more and more. So if we can help our kids understand the appropriate uses, the effective uses, and harness that, it would be very beneficial to them in the future. So we think this is a very good policy. Our committee has a lot of our solid tech people on it, and teachers and leaders who understand AI, and they feel very good about this particular draft of the policy.
Have you, with regard to that, has there been drafted best-in-class guidelines for the use of testing, specifically remotely, that could tie into this?
I'm not sure. I know there are best practice guidelines.
The whole point, this is becoming a big thing in universities where online testing, they're setting parameters so that somebody can't have another computer or whatever they're going to do with the switching of screens and respond with a beautifully written response to a survey
Yeah.
or to an essay question.
Yeah, there's a lot, there's a lot within this that talks about harnessing the power and things that cannot be used for. And those are very specific in here as well.
Okay.
The important thing is having a policy and setting up those guidelines to help people, both kids and adults, understand what you can and what you cannot do in the education side of things.
There's already some simple plugins
Yeah.
that you can play with. That's
Yep.
amazing what you get.
Right.
Kind of scary.
Yeah.
To me.
Yeah.
There are
It
some
definitely
really
can be
cool
because there's so
things.
much.
There are a lot of discussions going on too about teachers changing their tack, right? Like they're changing tack so that they can figure out how to do more things within class so that they're using AI, but they're using it as a tool that you then have to be critical of. And so it scares me too. But it also, some of the things I've heard are so creative in how it's being used. And I think, this is a really great
Yeah.
start. I think I asked like a while ago, I'm like, do we have an AI policy? So yeah, it's good we have a policy.
I like that we're there with the policy. Now I'm curious, behind that, are we creating lessons that integrate into our content areas and into our technology curriculum about responsible use of AI? Because it's not currently an ISTE standard, but clearly
Right.
it will,
Right.
I'm sure, be coming.
Yeah, it will be.
Yeah.
And we have,
Scott looks
fortunately,
like he's
with people like Walt, with our educational technology people,
Yeah.
that's what we'll focus on with our staff. Obviously, a lot of
Yeah.
training ahead with that. Obviously, starting too with the policy is important. I'm scared to think of people who, there's some people who have chosen not to have a policy, and I don't think that's a good thing. You've got to lay some parameters out for kids and adults alike, and then from there, we'll grow and strengthen. But I do feel very good about how this aligns with what we're talking about.
Did you have something you wanted to add?
Well, those were exactly
Yeah.
our next steps, right?
Yeah.
As our discussion was, next steps in terms of what does this look like in the classroom tangibly, and how do we start helping teachers understand
Right.
what it looks like, how they can use it, what the benefits are.
Yeah, because however scary it is, it's such a powerful tool to be able to help as well, right? Whether it be from proofreading, whether it be from, structure of papers and so forth, just someone to read for, just another set of eyes, right? AI can be used as another set of eyes for a kid to review their paper form before they turn it in, right? And that's not a bad thing, but it's how you use it responsibly, right? But it also can use it to the opposite side, right? Which is, hey, give me the structure of a paper based on these three things. And it's going to give you 90% of what you need to do, right? And that's not exactly great.
Yeah.
So how do you?
Sometimes it's not
No.
about rewriting the paper for you. It's about analyzing your
Yeah.
writing style. So like we
Yeah.
threw one through a AI tool the other day and said, let's talk about your word choice.
Yeah.
And I just asked ChatGPT, tell me the words that I'm overusing in this essay and which ones I should consider replacing with higher level vocabulary. Gave it all. Didn't rewrite the essay, just gave some word choice ideas. So things like that really get the juices flowing about how you can improve your work. We use it.
I think what I like about it
At the
is
same
that there's a move towards in-class genuine engagement, one-on-one with students, and making sure that that's even if it's handwritten or if it's something that is monitored right there. And I love that. I love that in-class time where you have your teacher and then you have peers and then you have these tools. So there's some cool stuff happening. We all just have to adjust, right? It's here.
Yeah.
It's here.
We've had some things in languages I know we talked about in our meeting. Was it Swahili?
Yeah.
Where we were able to do some things to really help
Immediate communication with a student that otherwise
open the door.
have been able to.
Fabulous.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
So anyway, we'll continue to embark on this journey and
Well, that's one that'll probably evolve every 3 months.
3 days.
Yeah, exactly, 3 days.
Yeah, it's fast.
It's
And AI
fast.
tells us we're doing it wrong.
There you go.
But nicely.
Yeah.
All right. Any other questions about that one? That was a big one. And again, I wanted you to know we have a very solid committee constantly looking at it, and their next steps, as Scott mentioned, is we're really looking at ways that it can be utilized. Yeah, our teachers can learn more about it too.
MASB does have a session on it on Friday afternoon if you have the afternoon open and want to run over to Lansing. Talk to Holly.
Okay. Next one, policy 8305, information security. Just some cross-referencing there. Nothing staggering. Policy. Any questions about the cross-referencing?
Nope.
Just better make sure. Policy 8531, free and reduced price meals. This one is it's one of those, for a lack of a better term, ready, fire, aim things. Very good that we have everybody getting free lunch and that opportunity, but from a systems component, it's important to have families fill out the free and reduced lunch forms, because we have our at-risk funding, as an example, is tied to that and so on. So this just kind of lines up with that and really stresses the fact that we've got to have ways to make sure we still get that information. And it when everybody's getting free lunch and you would normally fill out the application for free and reduced lunch, it's people look at it and go, well, why should I do that? My kid's already getting it, right? So it's just making sure we have ways to ensure.
Are you down this year because of that? Do you think your applications are down?
What do you think? I don't think so.
Not any more than normal, and we've been watching, we've been doing too, we've been pressing our buildings to really encourage that, and we tried to reframe it, like Roger said, to other things that families get, and we've worked with our food service department to pull those numbers, and they said they are in line with how much we would need in typical years. And it's always an automatic that families, they roll in at the beginning of the year, and then at the end of September is when that automatic qualifier runs out. And so there are always some that don't fill it out and we're chasing down and encouraging, and it's about the same number.
I felt like the buildings did a really nice job advertising the importance of filling it out this year. Received that a couple different ways from different buildings.
And it's hard at the elementary level because we've reframed it, the educational benefit form.
Yeah.
And there's a lot, right? Like our athletics, for example, there's a fee that goes along with it. That's waived. AP testing is waived. All these other things, but sometimes those get lost at the elementary levels. But it's still important.
Is that just one, it only covers one sport, or is that the whole year?
No, all year.
All year, okay.
Okay. Any questions about that particular policy? All right. So what we'll do is come back next time for second reading and approval of those.
Fantastic.
All right. If you have any questions in the meantime, feel free to give me a holler.
All right. Our next regular meeting of the Grandville Board of Education will be Monday, November 20th, 2023 at 7 p.m. here at the Administration Building with a big Thanksgiving dinner afterwards. No? Okay. This meeting is adjourned. Sure.